welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me for the Caring Cancerian June horoscopes. Okay, there is a lot happening in the heavens this month, dear Cancerians. Okay, so firstly, with all of this activity going on, it's important to know that there are a number of planets going retrograde this month, and I'll talk about these in a moment. But the areas of your life that are particularly affected are the spiritual areas and also your money, and we'll get to that in your in-depth horoscope in a moment. But first I'll just briefly explain. I like to draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you. We'll have a look at your in-depth horoscope, and then I'll do a psychic channeling at the end. So let's have a look at these retro planets. And also the other issue that's going on is there's a solar eclipse, and that's on the 10th of June in Gemini, and it's in your sign. So you're likely to be very much affected. You'll see there's solar eclipse right down the bottom there. And anyway, that's the 10th of June. So this is all about new seeds that need to be planted in your belief systems, and it's about you, what you want, where you are in life and what you want to do. It's a great time to think about who you are and how you want to tweak your direction in life over the next year. Okay, I will talk more about this in your horoscope. There's also Mercury going retrograde the 29th of May to the 21st of June, again in Gemini in your 12th house. So do be extra careful about how you interpret messages from your dreams and subconscious generally. There could be some misunderstandings about what you think Spirit wants you to do. There might be a little bit of turbulent emotions coming up. Maybe you're not perceiving a situation clearly. If you have to make an important decision now, just be aware sometimes when Mercury turns direct, then you have to go back and remake the decision or change something. Because it's in your 12th house, maybe it's just quieter than usual spiritually speaking, and this is okay. We've also got Jupiter turning retrograde 20th of June to the 18th of October, starting in Pisces, ending up in Aquarius in the 9th house, with Neptune also going retrograde 25th of June to the 1st of December in your 9th. So you might become aware that there's some kind of gap or distance in broadening your horizons in some way. You might be thinking about travel or study, yet other factors are hindering you from pursuing these options. If you're not doing what you really love, now might be a good time to consider how you can change. Neptune is an outer planet and Jupiter a social planet. So this probably just applies more to the collective of Cancer, the Cancer collective in society, showing some restraint or decrease in travel and world view generally. Okay, we all go through times when we can't pursue what we want instantly. That's all right. Just be patient. If you really do want something, hold on to that thought in your mind and your heart, and eventually you'll get there. Saturn goes retrograde the 23rd of May to the 10th of October in Aquarius in your 8th house. So this brings delays or issues around joint resources, intimacy, and other hidden things. You know, something from the past that's been hidden for a while might just sort of pop out. Perhaps more structure is needed in order to best act regarding shared resources. You might want a loan or to access your superannuation or 401k if you're in the US. Perhaps inheritance is taking a while to come through, or there's some issue with assets that are held by somebody else. Taxes could also be involved here as well. Maybe you just prefer to wait a while and think about the situation more. That's not a bad idea actually. Now let's have a look at your in-depth horoscope. But before we do that, I'll draw the cards actually, because it's easy to go on and forget about the cards, but they're usually, you know, really accurate regarding the horoscope. So I'll just draw one, that one, I was trying to get another one, but that one wants to come out. Okay. So, closing my eyes, what do I see? I get the colour blue, big sky thinking, the mental realms, and formulating, planning, strategizing. The sky is the limit. The card that comes up is the Three of Pentacles. This is about your money and basically doing some good work. Maybe you're learning something, okay? So the study energy could be here. You've started learning something, but you haven't, got to master it yet, or you're not an expert, whatever an expert is, a drip under pressure, they say. But you're learning and you're contributing, and don't give up, okay? So there can be some rewards come out of this too. Some money can come out of this for you. All right, so let's have a look at the second card. You might think of that as the first couple of weeks of the month if you want to. And then we'll look at the next card. Let's go with that one there. Planning. This involves a lot of planning and learning. When you're learning, you have to think, obviously, and you might have to read something over and over again to get it in your head. Okay, so the second card, I know. The second card, closing my eyes, green, ladder, ascending in consciousness, insight. This is about insight and awareness, and we have the Two of Wands, and it's about getting out of a limited or restricted situation. You'll see here this stone wall, and things this month will be a little bit easier for you to advance. Okay, so if you feel like you've been held back in some way, there's something good that can come out of this and you can advance, but you have to take action with it. Just thinking about it isn't going to make it real. Okay, also a cleansing time here with the sage. And this balloon, which is the earth, again, the importance of making things real and physical, not just sort of thinking about them. And the stone, of course, is very earthly, isn't it? Okay, so Two of Wands, motivation to succeed and to, really get on. And it brings you power, actually, as well. So power is within your grasp. All right, now let's have a look at your horoscope. I'll just make this a bit bigger. Do bear those cards in mind. Three of Pentacles and Two of Wands. Okay, so you can see here the key themes, new beliefs, because there's so much happening here in your sign, or perhaps you tweak the beliefs you already have. Some motivation around your money, hence the card here. And perhaps there's more you need to learn about, whatever it is, however you earn your money. And the other thing I want to mention too is because of these tweakings and new beliefs in your sign, if you're in a established sort of partnership, a marriage, a business relationship, or a close situation with a co-worker, over here in the 7th house, there is a full moon here on the 24th, which could stir things up. So this is about you, it's all about you, but the 7th house is about the other person. So as you change, it actually activates something here in the 7th house. So you've got to find the balance between, what is best for you and what is best for the other person if you're in a partnership situation. Okay, so let's have a look now. We've got from the 1st of June to the 26th of June, Venus, which I just love Venus, is moved into your sign. So it gives you a strong desire for harmony, beauty, and comfortable surroundings. And you may try to avoid unpleasantness as much as possible. You're inclined to use charm and gentle coaxing and sweet words rather than the more direct, forceful methods to get what you want. That's okay. This time, pleasure and affection are more important than work. Okay, so that's fine. Now, I just thought I'd put this little one in. It's only a couple of days, but it's so sweet. I thought I will. 3rd of June to the 5th of June, Venus trines the moon. So this is a great time to relax. Maybe if you can go on a mini vacation or go away or something like that. That would be fabulous. Your friends and family a particular source of pleasure and satisfaction, and you may wish to treat them or pamper them in some way. You might also have appreciation for your home and a desire to make it more beautiful or comfortable. Oh, Harry, here's Harry. Harry's just decided that he wants to say something and to come up here. And he is quite a monster, as you can see. Anyway, all right. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the solar eclipse in your sign, in Gemini. Here, just near Harry's foot, the constellation of Harry. And it's time to plant new seeds for you. You are likely to be more perceptive, sensitive, and easily affected by what's going on in your environment. You may pick up the feelings and emotional currents of people around you, but do be aware that it might not actually be you that you're feeling, okay? So this is where discrimination comes in, because you can learn, you can sense, you begin to get this understanding of what your energy is and what the energy of the other person is. And, you know, this is sort of like helps you with clairsentience, your body feeling psychically what is going on around you. But it is time to sort out what is you and what isn't. Do some planning and plant some seeds for your next cycle. Solar eclipses are more about external things taking place. But of course, you have to do the inner work to get the best out of this influence. 9th of June to the 29th of July, Mars moves into your second house here, and I mentioned before, if you've been a little bit passive about business, finances and material security, you may begin to take more of an active, positive attitude towards this area of your life. Increased ambition and enterprise are likely, but arguments over money could also happen. You are likely to be more motivated about your dollars now. 13th of June to the 17th of June, Mars quincunx the Moon. Okay, and a quincunx is another name, is an inconjunct, and it basically means that there needs to be adjustments and tweaks made. So with this, you have to be a little bit cautious about domestic disputes. And it might come from an outside agent, another person, or for example, you might bring work home with you, which, you know, you secretly resent, but then take that out on family members. Just examples. So do be careful, and be careful about that. And also with your health, fevers and infections can be fueled in part by emotional irritability, letting off steam in whatever non-destructive ways you know would be a help. Best go for a morning walk to take the edge off the energy. And this is always, these harder aspects are always about making adjustments. So try to maintain your flexibility. Stretching and yoga can help. 2nd of June to the 7th of July, Jupiter conjuncts your moon. And during this time, you're likely to be more tolerant, forgiving and generous. You may feel really good about yourself and be in a really positive, cheerful mood. Domestic life and family matters are particularly important, and you may want to spend a great deal of time with your family and close friends. The nurturing side of you is highlighted, and you enjoy helping other people. Maybe you enjoy cooking or doing those domestic sort of tasks. Now, the only issue with this is if you're trying to keep your weight down, with Jupiter, perhaps that might be difficult because everything that Jupiter touches expands. Stop licking me on the hand. He's licking me on the hand. I don't know why. And he's been fed too already. So do watch eating too much, and especially rich foods, carbohydrates and sugars. Try not to go overboard on the goodies, the sweet goodies. On the other hand, don't go to the other opposite extreme either. Crash diets probably aren't going to work well at this time. Okay, so 19th of June to the 21st of June, Sun conjuncts your ascendant, and it's time for you to shine. You have an extra measure of energy and confidence now that will make a strong impression on those in your environment. It's a very good time to go for a job interview, meet the public, or simply go out and be seen. You will be noticed more than usual. It's a good time to begin something new, to initiate a relationship or a project you may have been considering. And then we have 19th of June to the 22nd of July. Sun in your sign here, along with the cat in your sign just there. And this is fabulous because you can make a strong statement about who you are, and you're more likely to have a more noticeable effect on people in your environment. So people will recognise you and are likely to follow your lead, and you're likely to feel more confident and your self-esteem to rise as well. We're talking about this here. And do watch, however, that you don't unintentionally ignore other people and their needs, but a bit more self-attention is a good thing. 24th of June sees the full moon in your 7th house over here. And since all relationships, he's gone now, since all relationships, close relationships require care and feeding, in order to remain healthy and strong, it's a great idea to devote some attention and time to your close relationships, especially the really super important partnerships. Now it's a great time. Your ties to women and your need to connect with important females in your life is highlighted. The full moon can bring some turbulence in some relationships, like your husband, wife, boss, etc. So pay attention to these relationships now. 26th of June to the 21st of July, Venus moves into your 2nd house of values, and you may be tempted to spend lavishly on special treats, especially those things that make your life more comfortable and pleasant. Maybe you're buying a lot of things for your home to beautify your home. Frivolous purchases may be hard to resist. It is a great time, however, to buy art, jewellery or other beautiful things that will increase in value and be appreciated for a long time. And finally, 28th of June to the 1st of July, Mars quincunx your MC. And this indicates there could be some general disputes, maybe at work, or perhaps some issue in your long-range personal goals. Watch out for premature action. Don't show your cards too soon. Perhaps there's an inability to rely on co-workers or suppliers, or your boss, for example, if you have one, or your customers if you don't, if you're in your own business. Be patient and bide your time right now, even if it feels difficult. Adjustments and tweaking in your career or general life direction may be necessary, but they will pay off long term. Okay, so that's your horoscope. Now I'm just going to close my eyes and see what I can see, caring Cancerians, for you for the month of June 2021. Yes, a lot of green. Look, there's a box of tissues here, and that suggests it could be some tears, but I feel it's about the past. It's like you're moving on and you're saying goodbye, and I actually get some of you relocating, and you're saying goodbye to this section of your life so you can open a new chapter in your book of life. Okay, so there's what's this called, a conveyor belt, where, you know, in the old days they used to have the printing presses for newspapers. That's what I'm seeing. So there's good news. Actually, you see the front of the newspaper, it says good news. So it's good news, exclamation mark. You know what it feels like? It feels like the end of the war. I was going to say remember the Second World War, but some of you won't. But you know, you may have relatives that were in the Second World War, and yes, I certainly do. And my husband's father was in a concentration camp in Germany in the Second World War, and so I know a lot about it. And anyway, it feels like when that was over and everybody celebrated and danced in the streets. That's the sensation I'm getting. And so maybe the war on COVID is coming to a close. It's going to take some time, I know. We probably won't even be traveling again until mid 2022 or end 2022. It's still a long way away, but we are winning, okay? And there's celebrations about that. Okay, anything else for caring Cancerians? Money. I see coins. And somebody like getting a coin and putting it into a machine, into a slot in a machine. And so it certainly means change, but I think it's change about your money as well. So do make yourself as secure as possible with your money. But they're saying because there's a change of job for some of you. Okay, it's not a great big huge thing. I don't feel it's going to affect a lot of Cancerians, but certainly, yeah, if you're thinking of changing your job, there'll be more thoughts and more energy coming about that. All right, so that's it, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you're new, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell right now. Have a wonderful month, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Okay, bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.